Hello and welcome to development vlog number 5 for my game Project Elysian. My name is Jonathan Haile and I'm earning a college degree in game design. So if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, how I make this series is I go through each month and as I'm building my game, I just record short clips of what I'm doing, milestones, mistakes, accomplishments, whatever it might be. And then at the end of the month, I take all those clips and edit together into what you're seeing now. So I'm making these videos for two big reasons. One is just to keep me on track. It's really a conversation with myself, make sure I'm making progress month to month. And then two is just to quite honestly show the world that, and the world and future employers in the game industry, hopefully, that this is my passion and I want to do this for the rest of my life. And I'm devoted wholly to this. So I don't know. Hopefully, that doesn't sound like stupid, but without further ado, let's just jump right in. Okay, so first up on the agenda is UI stuff. I think I talked about this briefly at the end of the last devlog, but we have a full overlay now with the health, mana, and spells XP bar. And it's a very flexible system, so the health and mana still work the same that they were already working before, but the spell system now, basically whatever spell I can set whatever spell I want. So right now I only have the firebolt spell, right? And I have to set as left mouse button here in the firebolt gameplay ability. So I have an input tag left mouse button. If I change it to 2, it automatically swaps it to show 2 on the UI. So it's a very nice flexible system like that. And I also have a cooldown system in place and a mana system. So when I fire the firebolt, you're going to see this spell kind of get grayed out with a little timer, and it'll take some mana. So here we go. As you can see, it's actually taking in a cost now. Because beforehand you could just fire it and it wasn't affecting mana at all, but now it's actually affecting it, which is very cool. And as you can see, I'm out of mana, so it's not working. And it's a super, super flexible system, so whatever spells I create, I can just take that info and add it in, because on my overlay, it kind of just reads all the ability info I've put in. So for that fire spell, as you see right here, I would set right here, as long as I have the gameplay tag set, it should work. So this gameplay tag is ability .fire .firebolt, cooldown .fire firebolt for the cooldown effect, and then the assets of the icon and the background image. And you can see it reading all of that here, which I don't really need to go into. It's boring, but this is just how it reads the data. And this is how the spell globe works. So it's a very flexible system again. This is how it sends that data basically to the overlay so it can read it. It's a lot of boring stuff. So right here, it updates box size, update dream brush, updates globe padding, updates spell icon brush, clear globe, and all that. It's just how it's transmitting the info, how it's I'm making the info variables so I can input whatever I want. Setting widget controller, binding ability info, and cooldown change task if exists. Listening for cooldown change, all that. This is how it's reading the timer, so it knows how long the cooldown timer is. Which cooldown timer I set right here in the gameplay effect, or yeah, the cooldown effect for the game. I'm fumbling my words. The gameplay effect for the cooldown. Grants the tags to target actor, and I've created a tag for it, cooldown.fire.firebolt. The magnitude is how long it has a cooldown for, so this is 0.5 seconds. I can change it to whatever I want though. Does all that, and then on the C++ end, I created a class, so waits for cooldown change right here, just to kind of get that cooldown working. And yeah, so I feel like I should probably stop rambling here, because I feel like I kind of showed you everything I wanted to. Yeah, but basically, I have mana now, which is super cool. I have cooldowns, which are super cool, and I have a UI that I can expand upon very easily, as long as, I would have to create the spell icons and colors and the spell actually, but once I do that, I can just set the information the exact same way I set the fireball, and it's going to read it perfectly. So just making the future a lot future Jonathan's tasks a lot easier. So So I just kind of have a super quick unconventional update before the next real update on the building of the game. But I took the morning just to write out some lore and do some world building. Just because I haven't really touched upon it since the devlog 0, which was like before I even started the game, and so I kind of just want to round back some ideas and flesh them out more. I'm not gonna like read this or really talk about it, but if you want to, you can pause and read what I was writing. Just basic stuff like the setting of the game, the justification of why the enemies are there, why you're writing them, or not writing them, um, why you're fighting them, and then who the main character is, kind of fleshing out her backstory and her personality, and like what makes her special and why she's able to do what she is able to do. Main character is named Elysia. Uh, Project Elysian is still very much a working title, but I named it Elysian for a reason. It's derived from like the Greek mythology of the idea of the afterlife and like peace, stillness, security, kindness, all of that. So there's a reason why I named it Project Elysian. I need to come up with a better name for the game, but I don't want to really name anything until I have a real product, or at least the bones of a real product. I'm still building systems and having all these vague ideas strewn about in my head. Um, but I do know that the main character is going to be Alicia, and I have like a vision for what I want her to be. Um, and so yeah, like I said, if you want to, you can pause and read all this. It's very simple stuff, but I really was enjoying writing and getting some of my ideas like onto paper for the first time. And so yeah, like I said, super quick, and let's just jump into whatever else I'm doing. Now, by no means is my XP system done, but I just want to make this little video to give a little update on what I'm doing. A lot of stuff on the C++ ends, so I have some notes here to just kind of give you a concise rundown of what I'm doing, so I don't just sit there and start panicking. But creating that level up data asset I did already, adding an XP notified to the player state with rep notify, delegating or broadcasting to the delegate of the XP changes, going to my widget controller, telling it what to do with that broadcast, creating a way so I can set the XP reward for each enemy that you kill, and then actually awarding that XP when you kill the enemy, making sure that's talking, so you don't just get the XP and it does nothing. It awards it to the player in the player state, and then how to handling the level ups and rewarding attribute points and spell points. So, hold on, bear with me while I go through my notes again. Trying to make this better for people to watch, but also creating like the meta attribute for incoming XP, all of that. So first, I'm just kind of show you some C++ files I'm working on. I'm not really going to talk about it because I'm just not good at it. Just I had to go through and overhaul and update everything to make sure the XP systems are interwoven into stuff, how it works. Why are my hands so... That's gross looking. Don't worry about that. I don't know why the lighting looks like that. We're just going to move on. What am I doing? I was going to show you C++ files. That's what I was doing. So here, the level up info data, have that going, awarding the spell points, attribute points, level up requirements, making sure I can set all that stuff in game, which I will show you. And then going in here and doing a lot of overhaul to the character class, the overlay widget, so it knows what to do with on %XP change delegates. So much stuff right here, so you can see this is kind of the logic for it, and there's a bit more that I'm not showing you right now, but if you want to look at that, you can. Having the attribute in there, so attribute set has the incoming XP, so gotta take it in just like you can take in like incoming damage. And right here, like I said, kind of just that same logic, making sure it has something to do with the incoming XP. Just you get what I'm saying right now, for sure. I'm definitely explaining myself properly, and all that. Anyways, why is there so much red? There was not. This is fine. It's running. It's just writers being dumb. But anyways, basically all that was doing is so I can have these curve tables for XP rewards. Have the data asset now, so Elementalist, Ranger, Warrior all have their default values of XP rewarded when they're level 1 and when they are level 40. So obviously significantly more XP when they're level 40. Like I don't think the max level is going to be 40. I don't know what it is yet. These are just placeholder XP rewards the fine tuning and tweaking will come in when I actually have more of the game built. Right, these are just systems, but have that built for all these classes, just an auto curve table. And then I can set that curve table here now in the character classes. So XP reward when you kill them for Ranger. Just set the curve table, pick the Ranger branch, so on and so forth. And then this is how much XP you need to level up as the player. The index 0 is just kind of a placeholder. Just you're never going to be level 0, so it doesn't matter. But to become level 1, you need 300 XP. You get 1 skill point, 1 spell point, and then we can jump to level 5. You need 14,500 XP, and you get 2 skill points because it's a special level up. Because good job, you did 5 levels. You are so good. These numbers are just kind of based on Dungeons and Dragons right now. But I will probably change them. I'll tweak. This is all, like I said, just tweaking stuff that I'll worry about when the time comes. But it's here now, and it's working, and it's cool. So, any Hoosers, I'm now gonna actually go and do things like having it listen for the XP events, sending XP events, showing that XP on the HUD, level up systems, all that, and that should be the next little update that you're gonna see in right now. Okay, so the XP system is rocking and rolling finally. Before I start rambling, I will just show you actually how it works and what is happening, or what happens when you level up. So we're level 1 right now. As you can see, I have a little spell indication, or not indicate the spell, a little globe. They're called spell globes in my blueprints. That's why I said spell there. But just kind of displaying that it's okay. It's reading that the player character is level 1. And right now it requires, hey, bad. Be nice. It requires 300 XP to get to level 2. And I made these guys all give me 150 XP a pop. So you can see right here when I hit him, half a bar went up. It gave me the proper amount of XP. And then look at that. Fun little effect, fun little noise. I actually hate the noise. I'm going to change the noise for sure. It's really ear piercing and gross. But you can see all right there, little Niagara effect it plays on the player, which is like a component that I added in C++ on character, just so it's always there. There's no reason to remove it. And then does a little text animation, a little boom boom, and then it gets bigger, which is just basic UI stuff. I probably don't need to show you because I've already showed you with the floating text and how I did it. I mean, I can show you. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the rambling brings me to show you that. But any Hoosers, so the way that's all working, well, I've been doing a lot. So let me just bring up a list of all the stuff I've been doing, but I don't think you want me to see me just sort through my C++ files and read out things, but hold on. So since the last little update that you just saw, created a way for to passively listen for XP events, which is what this is right here. So also I had to create some gameplay tags for the meta attribute that I talked about creating. So it's listening for that attribute, and event received, assign tag set by color magnitude, apply gameplay effect spec to self, get ability system component from actor info, and then magnitude is calculated right here. I'm gonna break the gameplay for the payload, spec handle, data tag, all that fun stuff. So this is a gameplay ability. The way this is working is gameplay ability. I created a way for the player character just to receive a passive gameplay ability the same way they receive the spells. So when you boot up the game, or not when you boot up the game, but when you start playing, you have the fire spell always, because that's the boot up ability. And then so this is just a passive ability that you're not using, but the player's you're using, but you're not using. So it's you don't assign it to a key. You understand what a passive ability is. So that's just what this is. So you're always listening for XP. And then this is the gameplay effect of it. So using tags I created, set incoming XP, you're adding it obviously. And have that, it's listening for that meta attribute, incoming XP, which is what this is sending. So there's all that. I had to create a, let me go back to my list here, just so I'm more focused. And then sending that XP event and then showing the XP on the HUD I did. Level up interface function, which I can show you that in C++. So level up info right here. All that, just so it could kind of, and I can change all these values. per level up is just kind of like the generic like level requirements 0, and then attribute reward points, but doesn't matter. So that is all there now. I also had to go through and like overhaul like all my systems because this XP system, I had like a placeholder XP system in there, and then when I made this and like started using that, it caused all sorts of issues. So it was a headache to fix all those compiling errors because like it was like everything like fucking interfaces, like the character bases, the system library, all of that stuff. It was just so hard to. It wasn't hard; it was just time consuming to clean up and fix. But like I said, you can see some stuff I was doing here, just like beginning, coming XP attribute, look on coming XP, get XP, boring coding stuff that I only understand enough to be able to change for my liking. Like I said, the course that I'm following here, um, it's gameplay wise like similar to mine, but like perspective, and I'm doing things differently. So I'm going through following the course, doing like coding it myself, following those videos and following their advice and what to do, how to do things. But I'm able to change it just enough to fit my vision of the project and like the systems I want. But I don't understanding enough to like explain how everything works perfectly. Because as long as I understand it on the design side and understand enough to like just make the changes I need to on the programming side, I'm not too concerned with like just comprehending everything. Because like I said, I don't want to be a programmer at all. I don't like programming. I don't like this stuff. I like the design and what this stuff can help me do in the game with the systems. Any hoosers, I'm just gonna stop talking about this stuff. Can show you here. I don't know what else. Level up text. Said I wasn't gonna show you this, but it's just like a nice little animation right here. Scale starts at 0, goes up to 1, 7.5, a little rotation in there just to juice it up just a wee bit. Fun stuff like that. The value globe that's displaying my level and reading my level. Pretty much like the same as like a spell globe. I just a stripped down version. As you see here, like I ripped out most of what I didn't need because it's in here. In the spell globe, there's a lot more functions and it's just doing a lot more. I was like, okay, I can just strip all of this out. A lot of these like updating spell icons and render opacity and just stuff like that. You can see it's much more simpler here. And then I also am setting that number based on binding it to on player level change delegate. Right here, it gets the text value, sets it, that's how it reads it. So yeah, that's the globe that I'm using. Just doing the colors, trying to keep a consistent color scheme. I think like gold, purple, red, those types are pretty good. I like gold and purple as like the main color scheme. So I'm trying to do with the UI. Just having like the gold bits, and then like obviously the health has to be red, but then purple. I'll probably change the outline right here to be gold on the attributes, but you see gold up here. I don't know. Just want to try to keep consistent. Anyway, so yes, XP is working. Woo! So after I got XP working, figured it was time to get the attribute points working. So when you do level up, you actually have something that you can level up. Like you can, when you do level up, you can actually level up instead of just saying that you leveled up. So I'll show you what you can do now. Actually, I'm just gonna give myself a ton of attribute points before I even do this. So on this first level up here, to reward. Oops, no, not right there. Oops. Level up info. And so when you go to level 1, let's just do like 50 points to really show you some stat changes here. Alright. So now, kill these two guys. There's the level up. And now, you're also going to see I've overhauled the attribute menu a little bit, and like style-wise, and little small tweaks, like just like the buttons look a little bit different, and colors just super small. Things that were bothering me. Also, you can tell there's sounds now, so you know when you hover over buttons, it's a little loud, I think. I honestly don't know if I'm in love with the sound, but those are actually things that happen. So, like I said, I have 50 attribute points to level up. Won't be that way in the game actually, but and usually I'll show you after I show you the values change. These buttons are grayed out unless you have an attribute point. But let's see here. Let's level up intelligence, and when I level up intelligence, you'll see mana regeneration goes up. Right there, you can see right there. So now it was a 2, and now it's a 4. It's a very slow increase. If I upgrade resilience, you can see my fire resistance go up, lightning resistance, all that. Vigor, max health, you can see that going up. Strength, yeah, with the armor and whatnot. Ooh, we're out of attribute points. But now you can see when I'm out of attribute points, the buttons go grayed out right there. And also, something you might not have noticed, when you do level up, well, first I'll show you. You can see when I don't have attribute points, see nothing is working. I can't click them. I can't do anything. We actually take some damage here. This is a small thing. Like I changed it so when you do level up, you actually get like fully restored with your health bars and mana system. Okay. Don't want to die here. Kill 2 of these guys. Level up again. Right there. My health and mana went back to 100. It's still working properly. So there's that. So all that's working with this attribute upgrade member variable that I went in and had to go in and add to the attribute menu widget controller. So just I have more functionality within the attribute menu itself, so I can actually do all this. Don't really need to talk about all that though, but just going and upgrading all that. Even to play a character, like getting the spell points and attribute points, implementations, like upgrading the health when you level up here, just all that, blah blah blah. Let's go back into blueprints here. So this is the attribute menu. Like I did visual overhauls to it. Obviously, you might have seen. I want to go with like that black and gold background. Same like the level up. They're not the level up. The what am I trying to say here? The level globe kind of has the same background. Darken the purples a little bit. Just be less bright. I didn't really like that look of like the bright purple. But then going in and adding this functionality and binding the events to the attribute change delegate when the attribute points change, the button enabled. Had to go in on my rows. So this I had to just like do some reconfiguring with how my text value rows work. This is the parent version of it. That's always been there, but I had to go in and get the attribute menu widget controller, set the attribute menu widget controller, bind to the attribute info delegate, break the attribute info, matches tag, branching. If it is true, then it sets label text and numerical value. That's just all how this like actual leveling up stuff works. I'm here. Let me go back and I don't want to get 50 points every single time to level up. It's not what I want. What else? What else? And then this is on like the row with the buttons. So after it does all this stuff, this is the child version. So all that stuff is called with the parent construct. And then on event clicked, upgrade the attribute. That's kind of what I was talking about doing in C++, be able to create this function on the attribute menu widget with the attribute tag. Blah, blah, blah. Setting the button enabled. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. Sounds, very, very simple on clicked, on hovered. Actually, and I noticed right here that when I hover over this, it doesn't make a sound. Does it? No, no, it doesn't. Okay, so we need to go into my overlay and hovered. I don't know why it's not reading. Not the image. Sorry. pretty many right there. Hovered. Yeah, there's no hovered sound. Okay. Okay. Add that in now. No. What do I have for? What do I have a default set as actually? What should be the sound? Button click 1. What do I have unclicked? Button click 3. Okay. Okay. So let's change that to button click 1. Maybe button click 2. As long as it's not the same as the clicked. Actually, I feel like that should be swapped. I feel like that's a better click sound, right? I think that's. I feel like that's a better hovered sound. So we are actually gonna go in and change that. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, actually, I think the button clicks are good for hovering, and then we're actually okay. Hold on, I'm sorry. I kind of like. Oh wait, hold on. I download aspect. There's hovers. Oh, okay, that's way better. Let's do one of those. Yeah, I should probably just create a SFX. Well, let's do that live. Why not? Why not? You can see me create some sounds here. UI. Sounds. Let's do UI. Do button click. Copy there. Button hover. Copy there. Go. Okay. So open this up. Put array here. I have to dock here. You're not going to be able to see this. This probably isn't what you want to be watching, but you're going to watch it anyways, because why not? Promise I'm doing stuff. You just can't see it on my screen right now. Okay, is this for... Oh, is this for the click? Okay. Let's take all these. Select that. Oops, no, not select that. Select that. Drag those babies in. See how that sounds. Volume multiplier. You want to do like a 0.5 probably. I think that's better. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Mid pitch. That's. Is that gonna be too? Nah, I think that's good. I think that's good. Okay. I'm gonna rename this. Just do SFX button clicks. Perfection. Okay, and then let's set that. Button. Let's get that meta sound in there. Oh wait, shoot. I'm dumb. There we go. Add that. Perfection, perfection. Go to hover. Let's rename this right now. Template hover, or button hover. Okay, let's open this baby up. I'm sorry, I probably should not have this in the dev blog, but I'm gonna have it in the dev blog. Hover. Go. Let's do another 25. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay. Back into button here on hovered. go. Compile all that. Save. Let's go to overlay. Make sure this is set as hovered. And let's also assign the click sound. Perfect. Test that out. Yeah. Yeah. That's way better. Yeah, okay, that sounds so much better. Okay, anyways, yeah. So, attribute points are working. There's a functionality. They affect your stats when you level up. It's really cool. Adding to these changes all these values in the game. Super fun stuff. Really big milestone, honestly, because like now there's actual like progression, which I just need to keep on working on, adding more things to progress, more spells, all the rest. Yeah. So that kind of got off topic because I was messing around with sounds on camera, but it's fine. We're probably going to move on, or maybe I'm going to wrap up this devlog. I don't know how much I've recorded yet. But either way, see you soon. So I do think I'm going to wrap up this devlog here. Really haven't done much since I recorded. I just went in. I noticed why I was like kind of playing that the text, or not the text, the font, good. It's good. I love the font that I have. But like the numbers, it's like the font's too skinny. So went in, I found a new font, and I just overhauled all the numbers. You can see up here, it's a little thicker font. I think it works better with this font that I'm using for the text. I would just use the same font for the numbers, but it's a custom font, and for some reason I don't have the number 9 with it, so I can't use it. It's very annoying, but see, there's one that looks a little bit better with it. The spacing is also not so far apart. See in the attribute menu as well that just a little thicker text. I think I probably need to do some top padding there because you can see the numbers are floating up just a bit. Actually, why not? Let's just do that right now. Like also right here. I think it looks pretty close to this. I mean, it doesn't have cool design, but I think it's good enough. And who knows? Maybe I'll change it. Maybe I'll find because like this is this is called Or Serif. And I love how it looks. It's like perfect for what I want my game to be. But there's just no number 9 for some reason, and it's very annoying. Because like you can see, has like 1, 2, all those, but then like you do go to 9 and it's just not there. And it's like, oh well, shoot. So that's sad, but yeah, that'll be I do all that. Anyways, what was I doing? Oh, adding padding. Adding padding. Yes. Here, let's just do a little top padding. Maybe 5? 2.5. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Check that. Make sure it looks good. Yeah, there we go. It's a lot better. Okay. Anyways, like I said, I'm gonna wrap up the devlog here. As always, thank you for watching me be weird and oh god. Oh no, what is this? Oh. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not gonna devlog. Quick thing. I was having a real big issue calling like so. Whenever I would level up, it would like I'd get an error message saying like trying to like call magnet or set magnitude for the caller set. It was a whole issue that I had to go on YouTube and try to look up fixes for. I eventually figured something out here because I didn't know like what was happening. It was in my here. What am I doing? Here. Ability systems, aura, abilities, passive startup. It was on the list for event. I had to like just do a bunch of overhauling, like with like the spec and setting that magnitude, then the event tag, and setting that spec for each loop, getting the event tags, and then applying the gameplay effects spec to self with the same spec, and getting the ability system component, and then making sure it's matching the exact tags, and then putting in a branch there that assigns a set or assigns the tag set by color magnitude, and then it was just a whole thing. It was very annoying. You didn't need to know about that. That was just a technical issue, but figured it out. Don't get an error message anymore. It's just like an issue if it was listening for something that wasn't there. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So, like I said, for the third time now, I'm gonna wrap the vlog here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me explain things in incoherent ways and just talk to myself. Hopefully, you'll be there for the next one.